Hey y'all, I'm back on Tuesday, 28th of March. Just gonna go, just gonna do a video. If I feel like it, I'll do it. It's that simple. There's always something to talk about. Today, again, we talk about the passing. It's just, it's life. We live and we die. And we're just at that point where we're losing people who, because of the illusion of so much of life is an illusion, but we think we're going to live forever, even though even though we're not going to. A jazz musician who I like, who has not made records that I love, but his playing I love, passed away. Arthur Blythe, saxophonist. I didn't study up, so I can't give you a whole lot of personal information about him. I can tell you this: Arthur Blythe was the real deal, a very good saxophonist with a whole lot of heart and soul. I had the great opportunity of seeing him play live with Jack DeJohnette and David Murray, Peter Warren on bass. And just like with the recent Judith Owen experience with Brian Ferry, seeing music done live by the artist makes all the difference in the world. So being able to see Arthur play with David Murray is an amazing player, and to see David and Arthur push each other and blow with each other and make amazing music with Jack DeJohnette, it was a revelation. Neither of these albums, though, I listen to very much. I think I'll play them both today, and maybe I'll have something different to say. But the last time I played both of these, it was like, well, yeah, I enjoyed this. Excuse me, but they're not like certain jazz albums where it's like, well, I just got to hear that again. Certain things like some of my favorites, like Terry Ripdahl from Norway, or certain Miles Davis. Some things are just like you crave them, like a good taste. You want to taste it again. But I wanted to say rest in peace, Arthur. I just found that out yesterday while I was out doing business. I stopped into Homer's. I was actually looking for to buy new CD bags to deliver these in. So if you, quick aside, if you order a Murphy CD, they're not sealed. So what I'm doing is I'm taking and reusing to send them out, and I'm taking the bags off of my personal CD collection and putting them in these so that when people buy them, okay. I wanted to buy new bags yesterday, but they didn't have the right size for these. Anyway, while I was in the store, I looked around. I had not been to Homer's record store in probably over 6 months. As much as I like to buy records and love music, there have been literally times when a year has gone by that I have not been able to go to a record store. So I looked around, and of course I looked and tried to bargain, because everything new is so expensive. So many new records, double albums are $40 now. I mean, I understand, because when you order my album, $20, but single albums going for $31 to $40 it's unfortunate. That's the part of capitalism I don't like. It's like, I'm in business, but I don't have to gouge you. One more thing about this. So these t-shirts that I made, these are the same t-shirts, the same kind of t-shirts, the same quality t-shirt, because Kelly assured me that. I could see it anyway, and people have bought them. See it. Good quality t-shirts, the kind that you spend regularly at a concert, $25 to $35 to $40 for the same quality t-shirt as what I'm selling. But because of the name And because of the bottom line of business, which is to make that money, they gouge your ass. I just refuse to do that. If I don't have, it doesn't have to be done. That's why I say the things that I say about the world that we live in and materialism. I sell the shirts for $15 a piece, okay? And at $15, I'm still making a profit, okay? What does that tell you about the people who are selling theirs for $25, $35? I know the business. I know about overhead and all that stuff. Those people are still gouging us, okay? Don't excuse it. We need to change, people. We need some fundamental change in the way that we live. And one of the ways that will come through examining how we just really just kind of knee-jerk accept the way things are and just keep going instead of questioning. It's like, why am I paying so much for so little? And why are so many people struggling just to pay the rent and then have to figure out, well, can I eat? Come on, people. This ain't right. Are you rich? Is this okay with you? So anyway, when I have enough money to pay the bills and have a little extra besides buying food and paying for upkeep, I buy a record. I was able to buy a record at Homer's yesterday. So I looked and tried to find something, for a lower price, and I found that this had been marked down. Jaga Jazzist from Norway. This is their latest album, Starfire. Came out in 2015 on Ninja Tune. That's pretty new for me, I mean, I like brand new records, but I haven't been able to buy any new records. So when I spotted the record in the markdowns, it wasn't marked down very much at all, so it was still over $20. I noticed the weight of the cover, so I thought that maybe it's like a double album or there's an album and a single in it. I noticed that the cover was looking cool, but there was no marker. But what we have here is a PVC outer to the inner, which gives this lenticular effect on the picture. See that? Isn't that cool? On the back cover, it's even more pronounced with these circles. I think of Tim Guthrie when I'm doing this, because Tim Guthrie loves stuff like this. Isn't that nice? I have another Jaga Jazzist release on CD. Really like this band. I've already played them on my Roots of Electric Jazz show, and I will be featuring some of this album this week on Roots of Electric Jazz. I like this a lot. This is music that is finding its own way forward. There are references to jazz, past jazz. But this is a new sound. Or it's a unique sound. Maybe I shouldn't say new. This band has its own thing going on. I really like this. Another thing I like about this band is the music has cool rhythm, but it's not outwardly and overtly African. In other words, there is a syncopation to the rhythm that you could say is funky, but it's not outwardly African, which I think is cool because we all have this in us, soul and funk, it comes in many different forms, it doesn't have to be black and African to be authentic. That's garbage. You're alive and you're breathing, you have skin, you have feelings. That's pretty authentic to me, right? We have so many thoughts and ideas that are just bogus, that just really need to be questioned. I do it, when this stuff comes up in my thoughts, I share it. Okay, keeping it quick, I wanted to share about Arthur Blythe. May he rest in peace. I'll do one more, okay? Because last night besides doing work on some new things coming, I listened to this. Ennio Morricone, I think that's how you say his name, the Italian film composer. I listened to this soundtrack for Comandamente per un Gangster. You know, a soundtrack done for some kind of, you know, gangster movie. I've never seen the film. I like film music a lot. This is a reissue on gray with red splatter vinyl. Now, I really enjoyed this because it was like, I've never seen the movie. I don't need to see the movie. The soundtrack created a movie in my mind, as well as I was able to enjoy listening to the techniques of Morricone, how he uses the orchestra and electric instruments to create effects for the purpose of the movie, but without the context of the movie, these things sound kind of groundbreaking and avant-garde. Cool stuff. This is good. This is good. Hey, friends. Hey, James Buttery. I see you stopped by. Hey, folks. Be well, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.